Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It is that time again. It is time for another Alliance War video, and it has been a while. The reason for that is because I'm a mug, and I straight up forgot to record all of the footage from one of the Alliance Wars. So that's on me. That one's on me. But I did record this one, so let's get into it. So heading into this war, my team was Kate Bishop, Deathless Thanos, and Red Skull. A rogue Domino wandered her way onto my path, and it is my duty to clear her up. So that is the only reason Red Skull is on my team, otherwise he'll be on the bench. Deathless Thanos will be taking any tech or tactic defenders that we may face, and Kate Bishop will take the rest. Deathless Thanos can actually do this fight. He works absolutely fine with the decay tactic against Domino, but there's no reason to take the risk. Let's take the hard counter as I have a spare slot. Entering the fight with a light attack intercept. Not nailing the parry, and I'm probably going to run out of armors here. I don't quite remember. Quite annoying when you run out of armors. Yeah, there it goes. Not a massive problem for this fight, but I always like to have a few armors just in case I get smacked. Dodging the L1, going back in, making sure she doesn't evade. And I imagine at some point in this fight I remember that heal block exists, but currently it seems like I'm just letting her do her thing with the regen and it's not serving me too well. Maybe here? Yeah, okay. I remember that heal block exists and now she's going down very nicely. So with Red Skull now, she's basically a potato. All is well. Just got to make sure we get through this final 50% cleanly. Going back over a bar of power. She does go lucky, not ending the combo. Dodging the L1, going back in. Lucky expires. Let's chuck off the L2 soonish. Oh, refreshing the heal block. Okay. Very good. Throwing off the L2. And she's going to go down here. Textbook from Red Skull. Nice little warm-up fight without any boosts. Probably could have boosted, but a warm-up is always nice. Just over a minute takedown. As we see the new Falcon that will be coming into the game later this month. Let me know what you think of Jacqueline Torres. Personally, I think he'll make some sort of impact, but he won't be game-breaking, and there's nothing wrong with that. So a Count Nefaria here on Masochism Over Time, and you can see it's only 10%, as unfortunately, losing maybe a few more wars than we should have this season, we've dropped back down to tier 3, which means the nodes, at least on path 1, are slightly less scary, and I'm grateful for that, but honestly, I would rather just have the challenge in tier 2. That is what I'm here for after all, but we'll see how this war goes as to whether or not we get back in. So going in with Kate Bishop, now with the reduced healing, I'm really not too fussed. As long as this guy does not enter Ionic Overcharge, I'm really not too concerned. Another thing about being in tier 3, it gets rid of the unblockable whenever the opponent has a regeneration effect. So that, again, lessens the threat from this fight. I've been trying to find a foolproof way of punishing Count Nefaria's SP1, and I think you're seeing it in action here. Dexing out of the second melee attack, and then dexing out of the projectiles at the end. Here we're going to refresh the cold snaps, push him over 2 bars of power, just dodge and dex, and then dex again. Not too hard. He's never going to enter Ionic Overcharge here. Throw another SP1. This man's in the bin. Nothing he can do there. Nothing stops Kate Bishop. I mean, what else is new? So, heading into section 2, I think we're going to see a Deathless Thanos fight here, and this will certainly be very satisfying. The man who is my profile picture will get his moment in the sun. So we have a tactic Punisher 2099 here, and alright, rank 3, over 300,000 health. We know what this man can do through the block. He has never backed down regen, but something tells me Deathless Thanos will be fine. So heading into this fight, how are we going to start it off? With a nice parry. Heading in for a full 5-hit combo. Looking for the parry again. How would I play this? I think, if I were to wager a guess, I'd say I go for the heavy into an L1. There we go. Not going to get all our furies from that, but that's okay. Throwing off the L2. Wow. It does do some nice damage in the block, but Deathless Thanos isn't going anywhere. This man has well over 100,000 health. That's a very nice 50k crit. And now this man's going down very, very quickly. Full relic combo, and he's healing here. Not going to try and compete with his regen. Take another SP2. Hurts a little bit, but no matter. Here we go. He goes unstoppable, and Yeah. It's sketchy. It could have been cleaner. It doesn't matter. We go into our protection and we finish the fight. Alright. Not the cleanest end to the fight, but under a minute. The protection helped us being a little bit more tanky. And we progress to Photon. So Photon, as I think I mentioned in a previous war, is a very standard placement for this node with buffet. So normally what people like to do against Photon is shallow interceptor, which means dexing out of her first medium to then interrupt her transition into her light attacks. That obviously triggers dex. Also, people like to dex Photon's special attacks. It's something we get into the habit of doing when she's not in pure light. So this is a natural placement. On top of her energy resist, and just the fact that if you die, you have to deal with a ramped Photon, which is terrifying. This is a very popular placement. Luckily, I should not be pleased about this, but luckily we are not in tier 2, so I don't need to worry about 15% regen, it's only 10%, and this level of boosted Kate Bishop will be fine. Otherwise, I'd be looking to run Power Start 1 boosts, maybe a little bit more boosts, but for now this will suffice. As we go for the L2, and then go for the stun here, knocking her down against a wall. Gonna have to parry these, parry, or attempt to parry, and then parry again. Using the Winter Soldier Relic into the heavy attack, into the SB1. We might get one more SB1, we do. And here, you can just outrange that second hit. Do remember that if you're looking to minimize block damage. And she goes down. Nothing too hard there. And I was assigned one mini-boss in this war. I was assigned the Thing mini-boss. But instead, here, I progress. I'll admit, I did these fights at, like, 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning. So I wasn't in the best of mindsets. At least I held it together for my path. And, well, I was assigned the Thing. A Thing fight on the right-hand side island. But instead, I forgot, and I went forward to the Havoc fight that ultimately was assigned to someone else. But, guess what? I forgot to record that fight. I stopped the recording to go and get boosts, and I could have sworn I turned it on, but hey, 6 AM me, not the best version of myself, let's say. Hopefully I don't have to do any more wars at 6 AM, but that was a very cleanly executed war. Very happy with that, and logging into the game here, it was a win. So we're back to winning ways, which is good, after the loss that was the unrecorded war. The war that is lost to the scrap heaps. But we're back to winning ways, and hopefully we can close off this season with a win, with a few wins, and we can remain in tier 2. But that is just about all I have for you today. If you have made it this far, then thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.